Okay, so here is our next lesson. We are on page 283. We're going to learn how to divide fractions. For today's lesson, for homework, you're going to have to do your even number problems, numbers 1 through 12. So you're going to be working on problems number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. So I'm going to give you some examples using our odd numbers. So what they have in the book is they have 4 6 divided by a whole number 4. We know a whole number really is over the number 1. So whenever you're dividing, you have to set up your problem with two solid fractions there. Even if it's a whole number, just put a 1 underneath it because it's still a whole number. So whenever you're dividing fractions, you're going to be finding the reciprocal. You have to multiply the reciprocal of the second fraction. Those are big fancy words. So what does reciprocal mean? Reciprocal means that you flip it around. It looks like this. You'll keep the first fraction the same, 4 6. And in order to find this answer of the division problem, you have to multiply the reciprocal. So you're going to flip these upside down. Instead of being 4 as your numerator, you're going to flip it to being 4 as your denominator. So it's going to be 1 over 4. Whenever you get your reciprocal fraction for the second fraction, it's flipped, then you just multiply across. 4 times 1 is 4. 6 times 4 is 24. There's your new fraction. Then you have to put it into lowest terms. I know that 4 can go into 24, so 4 can go into itself 1 time, 4 can go into 24 6 times. That's going to be my answer, 1 6. All right, let's look at another odd problem, because I know I did that kind of fast. That way you can see, once you get the hang of this, you're going to be flying through this. We're going to do problem number 3. You have to do your even number problems for homework, so I can use the odd numbers for examples. Number 3, you have 1/2 divided by 5 6, and they're asking you to find that answer. So your first fraction stays the same. That's going to be 1/2. I keep breaking my lead pencil. I'm not used to a lead pencil. I'm used to a regular number 2 pencil. Okay, we have 1/2, and then you have to find the reciprocal. You're going to multiply it by the reciprocal. So flip it. Instead of it being 5 6, we're going to do 6 fifths. And then you multiply across. 1 times 6 is 6. 2 times 5 is 10. That's your new fraction. Both of those numbers are even, so I know that I can reduce that down. 2 can go into it. 2 can go into 6 3 times. 2 can go into 10 5 times. Those are prime numbers. That's my lowest terms box, my answer. Let's do number 5 as another example. Number 5, I have 1/3 divided by 1/2 equals blank. Well, to find the answer, I have to multiply times the reciprocal. 1/3, your first fraction stays the same, times, now flip it, 2 over 1. Then you multiply across. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 is a prime number, so I can't reduce that any lower, and I'm good to go. All right, so remember, when you're dividing your fractions, all you have to do is keep your first fraction the same and do the reciprocal. Flip it for the second one and then multiply them together. You just multiply across and then reduce your fraction into lowest terms to find your answer. If you have any problems, comments, or concerns, comment down below so I can get those answered for you. You may open up your math book to page 283. You're going to be doing your even number problems 1 through 12.